Welcome, Dr. Stephen Mujay here. I'm doing this recording on adding users, groups, and directories in Linux, and I'm using Ubuntu. I installed that in the virtual environment. You can get the ISO file from the internet. This is free source, open source, so you should be able to get it without any problems. Since I have my virtual machine up and running, I'm going to log in, then provide my password. All right, so that's working okay. I'm in. One thing that I am going to mention is I can add users here, or I can get into the root level, but you really want to be careful in terms of getting into the root level. You may want to wait until you are really comfortable, as you can do some serious damage there. All right, so but either way, you can do it from either here or at the root level, from the root level, and I'm going to do it from both. So to get into the root level, I'm going to type in that command, and then it will ask me for my password. All right, so now you can see I'm at the root level, and then to add the user, you do use the add user command. So I'm going to add Eric Dell. So that's E Dell, that's the user. And then the password for Eric Dell. All right, that has been set. The full name. Now I can type his full name. I'm going to put him in room 10, and then the work number is going to be, all right, and then I'll leave the other fields open. Is this information correct? Yes. So Eric Dell has been created, has been added as a user. So I'll exit here, and then do the same thing, but now with sudo add user. So this time I'm going to add Samantha Nelson. So that's S Nelson. Oh, I did, I misspelled the add user there. So I have to fix this. All right, now that works. The password, and then the full name. Samantha Nelson, she's in room 15, and the work phone number, I'm going to make it similar. Okay, so the information is correct. The last one I'm going to do for this demonstration is going to be Zach Williams. All right, password for Zach, then full name. Zach is in room 20. I'll skip those. That information is correct. So those users have been created. You can double check your work by typing the sudo vim /etc /password, and you can see the last users that I have created. There is Peter Bell. There is well, I had created some other users before that, but you can see John Doe. You can see all those other users that I had created in there. All right, I'll press colon, and then Q to return. Since I have verified those users, now I'm going to add some groups, and to add some groups, it's at the sudo group add followed by the group name, and I'm going to create them based on states. So the first one is going to be Illinois. Illinois is the first group that I'm going to add. That has been added. I'm going to add Indiana, and then I'm also going to add the group of Wisconsin. All right, so those groups have been added. And then the next thing that I want to do is add the users that I created to the groups. So I'll do sudo add user. I created Eric Dell, so E Dell. I'm going to add him to the Illinois group since he is from the state of Illinois. All right, so you can see Eric has been added. That's done. He has been added to the Illinois group. The next one that I'm going to add is Samantha Nelson. I'm going to add her to the Indiana group. That's done. The last one I'm going to add is Zach Williams. I'm going to add him to the Wisconsin group. All right, so that's done. And I can double check with the sudo vim /etc, and this time group. All right, you can see the groups that have been created. I had created some before, but you can see Illinois, Eric is in there, Samantha is in Indiana, Zach is in Wisconsin. So those have been created. I'll exit the same way. All right, so now I'm moving on to creating directories. And for directories, I'm going to begin by setting my home directory. So I'm going to do change directory and then home. All right, so from here, I'm going to make some directories. The first one that I'm going to do the sudo and then make dir, make directory. I'm going to create the finals directory that has been created. So the next one that I'm going to create is the midterms that has been created. And the last one that I'm going to create is the quizzes directory. All right, so that's those three directories have been created, and then I'm going to change the ownership of the directories that I created. So I do that with the change of ownership. So ch on the let me start with the Illinois group. So I'll type Illinois, and then that one I'll give the finals directory ownership of that. I typed something wrong there. Oh, I typed ch on. I'm doing this too quick. All right, so that happened. So I've changed the ownership. Now the Illinois group has the ownership to the finals directory, and I can do the same thing with the midterm, and I can give the folks from Indiana ownership of that. Oh, um, I need to slow down. I missed the S there. All right. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the quizzes, but the folks from Wisconsin have ownership of that directory. Oh, uh, all right, so that has been done. And then I can also set the some administrators to be the owners of I can set certain people to be the owners of certain directories. I can make some changes to that. So let's say, for instance, I want to give ownership. I'll do the sudo ch on let me give myself ownership of the finals directory. So I can do that. And then if I want to give Samantha Nelson ownership of the midterms, so let's give this to Samantha Nelson. All right. Samantha Nelson has the midterms. Just keep that in mind. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is to give full access to the owner for a specific directory, and then full access to the owning group of that directory, and then everyone else should not have any permissions or any access to that. And in order to do that, I'll use the sudo. This time I'm going to use chmod. I'll use the 7. 7 gives ownership, full access to the owner. And remember, for the midterms, I gave ownership to Samantha. And I also gave ownership of the midterms to the folks from Indiana. All right, so the first one is for the owner, the second 7 is for the group, and then I'm going to add another number there, 0, and 0 means no one else should have access to that directory. Which directory? I'm going to specify it now, which would be the mid terms. All right. So with this, I gave full ownership to the owner, full access to the owner, to the owning group, as well as taking it away from everyone. All right. So that has been achieved. The last thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to check with the ls hyphen list directory, and the one that I want to check is the midterms. All right, you can see that Samantha Nelson as well as the Indiana have ownership to the midterms directory. No one else has it. All right, so that's it. This is a short demonstration on how to add users, groups, create directories, as well as um, permissions. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.